run. He's in! Touchdown! Jalen Hurts! The Eagles are just devouring the Giants. And it is A.J. Brown again! Another touchdown!
Hey, welcome back. It's been a minute since we've had a normal, I feel like, Linc lineup podcast. It's been a minute. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here for a while, welcome back. Glad to have you back. There's been a couple things in the news recently about the Eagles that we just haven't been able to discuss. I feel like the last thing we talked about were the coaching hires, and that was probably a month ago. And here we are, the end of February. Time flies, and before you know it, it'll be September, and the Eagles will be kicking their season off in Brazil. What are we going to talk about first today? You guys want to talk free agents, Hassan Reddick, or A.J. Brown?
You start with Haas.
All right. We will talk about that. So if you live under a rock, or you're late like us, there was, I guess, rumor, maybe, if you want to call it that, that Hassan Reddick requested a trade. And while he came out and said on X that he didn't request a trade, I feel like that his camp had requested it, kind of see what's out there. And I know a lot of us, including myself and Bryce, I forgot where Josh was at on this, but we were fine with it. We were fine. I feel like we would miss him as far as like the player, like the person. But we know that, he's turning 30. And you don't want to hold on to players for too long because the Eagles have a history of doing that. So I guess the first thing I want to ask is, let's say there's a trade partner comes around, right, and they have a decent offer. Do you want Hassan Reddick to go? And if so, what would the offer need to be for you to be okay with it? Bryce, I'll start with you first.
Like you talked about, it would be tough to watch him go. Maybe in the heat of the moment and the spurt of it, I'd be a little upset about it. But looking forward long term, like you said, he is 30. He's demanding some pretty good money for a pass rusher who is 30 years old. And he's kind of coming off a down year, whether that been schematically the problem or maybe he kind of hit a wall somewhere, or his play just kind of declined. But that's a lot of money for somebody who's coming off a down year and turning 30. I wouldn't hate him. I wouldn't hate trading him. But like the package, I think that I would have to look at would be maybe a second rounder. A second rounder is like minimum to me. Whether it be like a mid or late second, as long as it is a second rounder, that's about as far as I could really go. It'd have to be maybe like a second and a sixth would probably be the one that I could see working out for both sides, and maybe the Eagles swap like a late round with them.
Gotcha. Josh, what about you?
Yeah, I don't want to see him go, but I also don't want to pay him the kind of money I think that he's asking for. From what I've heard, he's looking for top 5 edge kind of money, and I just don't think, especially with a lot of the contracts we have coming up, that I don't think he'll be quite worth that. I know there's also some concern from his camp that with the new Vic Fangio's scheme, he might not put up the same kind of numbers that he was able to. So that's why he wants to get the extension done, now, I believe, instead of waiting till free agency next year when he might be coming off of 2 down years in a row. So as long as we can get, I would just say a day 2 pick. I wouldn't love a third rounder, but if it was an early third, I could live with that. As long as we can get some kind of as long as we have a good chance of getting some kind of rotational replacement. Obviously, we won't be able to replace his production with a rookie, or probably anybody we could realistically pick up without breaking the bank. So But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea to trade him now. While he still has more value, and get Nolan Smith some more run, and and look towards maybe a good free agency deal or the draft to get another edge rusher.
Yeah, and there are some good edge rushers in this draft that you could potentially get with your first round or even second round pick. But at the end of the day, it's almost like the Eagles have a decision to make. Do they want to pay Hassan or do they want to commit to Josh Sweat? Because I don't think with the way that it seems like we're headed, they're not going to be able to pay both of them. And so, like, who would you rather have? That's a tough question for me because, like, Hassan Reddick, I feel like can be like one of the best pass rushers in the world, but I feel like Josh Sweat can be too, But they're two totally different players, it seems like. But I don't know. I don't mind paying Josh Sweat though because he is younger. He's a couple years younger than Hassan is. But I mean, it'd be devastating as a fan to not get the thumbs up, thumbs down thing. But at the same time, if we got rid of Josh Sweat, that thing would be a killer too because I love both their celebrations. And I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough to like think about because I don't want to lose anybody really. There are some people I wouldn't mind getting rid of. James Bradbury and Darius Slay. I'm looking at you, but those two guys definitely don't want to get rid of them. Can we get a first? Eagles fan for life has asked. Maybe, but probably not going to happen.
I think it'd have to be like a very desperate team that is like in desperate need of an edge rusher. And it probably wouldn't be it's either that or a team that's in such contention that that their first round pick doesn't really affect the trajectory of their team. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It'd be nice if we get a first, but I think just the contract's not going to get the first, And I know there's been instances in the past where a pass rusher has gotten a first round pick, but I don't think it's going to be this instance.
Right.
But it'd be nice. But I feel like we'd also have to give up something else to get that first. I wouldn't put it past Howie though. I do think it's possible, but unlikely.
Yeah, I think the edge rushers that have gotten a first round pick in return in recent years have been a few years younger. I think if Hassan was coming off the same kind of production over the last few years, but he was like 26 or 27, we'd have a better chance of getting a first.
I can't remember.
Coming up on 30.
I can't remember what the deal was. Do you guys remember possibly the deal with Bradley Chubb? I can't remember what the compensation was for the Dolphins to get him.
I know
it may have been a first round pick.
He did get a first.
It was like 2 seconds.
Yeah. It was first and Chase Edmonds, I think.
But I think the only problem with that is that was like during the season. So it's not as like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like as like not necessary, but like it's not as high priority to get it done like in the off season because you have the draft, you have free agency, whereas like in season there are only certain teams that are selling.
Chubb was also, I think, 25 at the time.
Right. Yeah. That's the most recent one that I can remember that it was like a high caliber impact pass rusher. I couldn't remember what the details of the trade was, but I know Bradley Chubb's significantly younger than Hassan.
Yeah. Also, I would say significantly less productive.
Oh, he went to the Vic Fangio scheme.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, he did have a good year this year. That's true.
So yeah, like I said, it would suck. It would definitely suck getting rid of him. Especially just because like he is a fan favorite, and I believe everybody loves him. He hasn't done anything like wrong in my eyes, and like I understand why his camp's doing that. I understand that like you only have like a short like lifespan in like the NFL. You want to capitalize on it. So, this is, I believe, his second contract, and this is gonna be his last chance to get like a big contract, and it's just up in there, it's up in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough where we live in. Haven't had a heartbreak in a while for a player that I can remember. Probably somebody a couple years ago, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. Where a fan favorite was let go. I do want to ask you guys this question because I just thought of it. Do we think Fletcher Cox is going to retire or play somewhere else or play for us one last time?
I think it's leaning more to the point that, Fletch, if you look back at his play last year and pretty much for the last 2 years, it honestly hasn't looked like he's lost much of a step. To me, Fletch was our best interior rusher this past year. Right now, I just don't see him retiring this year, but I also don't see him playing for the Eagles this year. To me, I think he'll end up playing somewhere else. That's going to be one that's going to be sad to see go. That one's going to hurt a lot. But I think he's just playing at such a good level right now that I would look for like a contender to pick him up.
I hear you. Steelers?
I've seen the Steelers, but I don't consider them a contender.
Oh. How about you, Josh?
Yeah, I excuse me. I definitely don't think he's going to retire. I think he's definitely got more in the tank. And I think I agree with Bryce. I think he was our best interior pass rusher down the stretch. Unfortunately, I do think that he will probably not be in an Eagles uniform next year. I'd love for us to try to bring him back, and of course, depending on the price point. But I think he's got one foot out the door.
Yeah, it sucks.
What did they sign him for the 1 year last year? When it was like 1 year for like 15?
Oh, something
to me,
like
that's
that.
Something like
yeah, that's to me that's a little too much, especially just for 1 year. If Fletch was like 31 or maybe 30, something like that, yeah, I wouldn't mind it. But Fletch is also getting a little bit – he's getting up there in age. So, to me, that's a little bit much for a veteran rusher that you're going to use in a rotation with younger guys.
Yeah. He was a 1 year, $10 million, actually. It was 1 year, $14 million the year before that.
Okay.
At the time, people didn't like that because he hadn't been playing like super well. And then last year was like a rebound year. So I don't think you'll get that production from him again. But I would like to have him back, but I know how the world works. And I know what I just said 5 minutes ago, where the Eagles have had a huge issue in the past of not letting their older players walk away. And then speaking of older players, Jason Kelce, the report came out, it was last night or today, I can't remember, where he's like, I don't know yet. I'm exploring other opportunities, but I'm staying in shape just in case I decide. I'm like 50-50 still. Like at one point I was leaning towards, he's retiring. And then at one point I was like, yeah, he's definitely playing. And then at one point where I'm at now, I'm split down the middle because I think watching his brother win the Super Bowl kind of was like, man, like he got to like see like the confetti fall down, and it wasn't after a loss, so like it's a different perspective. It's like, man, look at everybody, and like I'm happy for my brother. He's like, I want to do this one last time, But I think it'll all come down to, does he believe in this year's team going forward? If he thinks they have a legitimate shot of making some noise, I think that he'll come back, but I don't think he's going to come back if he has any doubts that this team's going to crumble like they did at the end of last year. I would love to have Jason Kelce back, and it's sad because it's hitting me because like we took it for granted, like whenever we went to Philly, I was like, yeah, this could be the last time I look at him, and it was. It might
Right.
have been, and you don't think about it until it's too late. Sucks, but So where are you guys at? Do you guys think he's going to retire? Are you think he's going to stay around?
I was never
I'm
convinced
not.
that he was going to retire. I always
No,
thought
go ahead, Joe.
that him being ambiguous about it meant that he was leaning towards coming back, since there was so much talk from outside about him retiring. But I'm kind of on the fence. Obviously, I'd love to have him back also, but I agree with you, Chase. I think the only way he comes back is if he's confident that we can make a Super Bowl run. 'Cause I mean, at this point, he's not just playing to play; he's playing to try to win another ring. And if he doesn't think that we can do that, or isn't at least confident that we can, then I don't think he has any reason to come back.
Right.
What do you think, Bryce?
I'm like you said. I'm still down the middle on what I think he's gonna do. To me, I know this sounds crazy, but this has been like the third year in a row that he's waited long into the off season to like make a decision, and it kind of puts the team at like at a standstill on what to do within that position and the interior of the offensive line. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of just like waiting games and like guessing games, stuff like that. When it comes to players like decision on their own future and stuff, I would love to have him back, but I also understand if he doesn't. He's a family man. He's got 3 kids now, and that's something that the NFL takes away a lot of those moments with family, especially when you got 3 younger kids. Uh, you don't get to watch them grow up as near as you would like to. Um, I was listening to the interview that he had with Shaq, and Shaq was telling him that you've proven everything that you can prove on the field. You have a ring. You're going to be in the Hall of Fame. You have multiple All Pros. There's nothing else that you need to prove. It's time to be with your family. I think that may have, if somebody told me that would have a lot to weigh in on my decision. So I'm not too sure what he's going to do. I'd love to have him back, but I get it if he doesn't.
Absolutely. So I guess I don't want to talk about the draft. Just because we have a draft show we're going to do after this. We have a whole show dedicated to that. So I don't want to talk the draft too much on this particular episode. Maybe as we get closer to like the draft, we can start talking about draft prospects that we're intrigued by. But today, let's talk about some free agent targets that pique our interest. There's a couple out there. I already made it known that my guy that I would like the Eagles to go after is Darnell Mooney, just because I think that he would be, a pretty solid piece in this offense, and I don't think he would cost too much. Obviously, you have, the big guys that are out there. We're just not going to go after them. We got 2 number 1 receivers on our team, so we're not going to go after like what Mike Evans is out there. No, not going to get him. Somebody said Michael Thomas on Twitter. Don't do that. Don't ever say that again. That guy stinks. But Josh, who are some players that you're looking at that you would like the Eagles to, take a look at that during free agency?
So I've been hearing a lot about some of the players that played under Fangio for the Dolphins last year that we might take a look at. One guy that I particularly would be interested in would be Andrew Van Ginkel from the Dolphins. He only played under Fangio, just last year, but he had the best year of his career, and we definitely could use the linebacker help.
Yep.
So that's one guy that I would like to see us take a flyer on for the right price.
Yeah. Bryce, what about you? Who are you looking at? Who piques your interest?
I'll have to jump in on the bandwagon with Josh here. Say you do get rid of Hassan Reddick. To me, that should be your priority. chase after in the free agency and Andrew Van Ginkel. The guy is kind of like a Swiss Army knife. He's a little undersized as a pass rusher, just from his height and his frame, but he can definitely do it. He had to fill in for Jalen Phillips a little bit this year, and he played really, really well. Had a pick six against Washington, I believe. Kind of he's not a height, weight, speed guy, but he's definitely got athleticism to him. He's got upside as a pass rusher, and he brings some continuity to the position. Somebody who you can move around, drop back in coverage because Vic Fangio schemes asks your edge rushers to drop back every now and then. He can definitely do it. Some other guys that I've been interested in. Manny Wilson said Bryce Huff from the New York Jets. I wouldn't mind that. He's kind of a typical pass rusher, though. I wouldn't really want to ever see him drop back in coverage. Deshaun Elliott, safety, stepped in for the Dolphins last year. Had his best year of his career, his young career so far. Played a lot of snaps. L'Jarius Sneed, as always, that's going around. To me, I don't think he ever hits the free agent market. I think the Chiefs try to do what they can to retain him, but he would be a guy I'd be interested in. It's either Patrick Woods or Peyton Woods. I can't remember. He's safety for the Broncos. Played under Vic Fangio. Played really well. Just guys like that. Think you need to revamp that defense completely.
Yeah. And also there's been a lot of traction, it seems like, amongst like Eagles fans I've seen on Twitter. After Eddie Jackson got released, they were like, that guy. No, he's old. I don't want him. There are some intriguing targets though, like Xavier McKinney. That'd be somebody that I would like for us to go after. And there's other players as well, like Jeremy Chin. The Eagles had interest in him in the past. Could be a target for them. And if you're,
I believe Kenny Moore is a free agent too. If you're talking about guys who's like the Eagles been like targeted to or has ties to, Kenny Moore is definitely a guy that could solidify your slot position. Which, granted, I think his name is slipping my mind. Isaiah Rogers.
Oh, okay. I was like, where are you going with this, buddy?
Yeah,
but
it's slipping my mind. Sorry. Granted, I think he'll be your slot corner this upcoming year, which he played with Kenny. So if you want to take a flyer, 1 or 2 year deal on Kenny, I wouldn't hate it. But the big fish that's out there to me that I don't think will be retained that could garnish a lot of money. If you want to talk about pass rushers, another guy who's been tied to the Eagles these past couple of years, Brian Burns, would be. I would be jumping for joy. I'd be running around the house screaming because people like Brian Burns don't hit the market too often. And when they do, they get paid a lot of money. And he's going to get paid a lot of money for very good reasons. He's probably, if not the most underrated player in the NFL. Just because the place in the market that he plays in. If Howie could somehow find a way to get Brian Burns, I think he needs to do it.
Yeah. Since you are taking the shit on Charlotte, I would like to jump on that one as well. This is how bad like their organization is as far as like fan interest. Because I live in South Carolina and I live like an hour and a half from Charlotte. So on my Facebook, when I scroll through it sometimes in football season, they offer like ads, and so season tickets for the Panthers, and they're decent seats, $40 a month. $40 a month for season tickets. And it's in the upper levels, but it's 50-yard line, 40-yard line seats. And if the Eagles had that, sign me up every day of the week. Sign me up every day. I don't care that I wouldn't go to every game, just to know that I had the tickets and I could go if I wanted to. Sign me up. But of course, if you're an Eagles fan, the waiting list is long. And good luck, have fun. Brian Burns is definitely somebody I'd be interested in. And if you want to get rid of Hassan, bring him on in. Bring him on in. There's obviously other bigger fish in the sea. For example, everybody's going to start running towards Patrick Queen. It's probably not going to happen. It'd be nice if it did happen. It's probably not going to happen. But have no fear, because you don't have to fix your team in free agency. That's not how it's won. It's won in the draft, and there are plenty of players in the first 3 rounds that you could see as maybe not day one starters, but starters down the road. Let them get their feet wet, and then you can plug them in at certain points in the season. But that being said, any other player that had just caught your eye that you really want the Eagles to go after, whether it's offense or defense? Josh, do you have anybody else?
I know there were some rumors going around. I think we talked about it before the podcast, but I would love to get L'Jarius Sneed. Yeah. I know we put out on Instagram a picture with an eagle emoji as the description, but I've also heard since then that he apparently does that a lot. So either he's destined to be an eagle, or I don't know what's going on. But that would be a good signing for sure, especially if we got rid of Slayer. More importantly, Bradbury.
Right. He's got to be gone.
Yeah.
Let's see, Bryce. I'm gonna ask you a different question. Who is maybe a free agent target that is not on anybody's radar because maybe they aren't like elite, but who's a quality free agent target that you would hope that the Eagles pick up?
So, you said Patrick Queen, and I kind of forgot about the linebacker free agents, because to me, it's kind of top heavy. But there are some good, consistent players that are down. Probably not going to garnish as much money as probably Patrick Queen or some of the others might. But a guy who's played for Vic Fangio before. The Eagles' problem was tackling. This guy has no problem tackling. Josie Jewell for the Denver Broncos, middle linebacker. Don't see a lot of his name go around, but to me, that would be kind of an underrated piece for the Eagles. I'm not going to say he reminds me of TJ Edwards, but he's kind of that same kind of player. Good tackler, can cover, but definitely he's more of a run support kind of linebacker. I wouldn't hate that Josie Jewell signing at all.
Yeah. As far as linebackers go, I mean, you have Devin White, who would be cool. It'd be cool. You have Kenneth Murray from the Chargers. You have Willie Gay from the Chiefs. And then, I mean, you have Isaiah Simmons, if that piques your interest. It might not. Great athlete. But, we'll see. This offseason's big for the Eagles because I feel like they could still compete for a Super Bowl. And so it depends on this offseason and what we can do on defense. Getting the team back together. And with that being said, segue to the A.J. Brown drama. Is it coming to the end finally? For those of you who live under a rock, A.J. Brown called into WIP. And it was weird that Ike Reese was the one that did the interview. I feel like he's the one that shouldn't have been part of it, because I don't think he was doing as much damage as everybody else over there. But it was 20 minutes long. I've been busy this past week with work and everything else. I didn't get to listen to all of it, but I do know a couple things. A couple highlights from it was he wants to stay in Philly, which is one of the things that some of us were worried about. Was he just wasn't happy here. He seems like he's happy here, apparently. So that's good. That's good. I do think one of the things that kind of like, they didn't rub me the wrong way, but made me like do the rock eyebrow thing, was whenever he was asked about Jalen Hurts, and like their relationship, he was like, I'm not going to get into that. He's like, there's friction everywhere, so at some point I feel like him and Jalen kind of, they got into it, but brothers fight all the time, and typically you come to a resolution pretty quick. And I'm hoping that they can figure it out, because they looked happy last year playing together and all that. And this year just wasn't the same. And I feel like the Eagles had a lot of pressure, and they put a lot of it on themselves, and I feel like they cracked. And then what else was said? I'm trying to remember anything else that was said. I do think that AJ is the leader that the Eagles need and what the fans want. That that fiery kind of guy. I feel like sometimes, since he's a receiver, it comes off as like diva-ish, because it just fits the mold of a wide receiver, whereas if it was a quarterback or a linebacker or a safety, it'd be considered passion. And I think that AJ Brown, we're lucky to have him, and I think that he's going to take that next step of becoming like a true like leader in the locker room. And I feel like he took baby steps towards the end of this year. Him calling into the show, he didn't have to do it, but he just wants it to be done. I feel like that we as fans and people who talk about the Eagles, we need to do a better job of just realizing that they're humans, and at the end of the day, they hear it, and whether you believe them when they say that, we don't listen to it, we don't listen to any of that, they do. So just let's stop. We want to see them succeed, and we're a problem. I feel like I talked forever about that. Does anybody have anything they want to add?
I think you put it well.
I will add this. No, go ahead. No, go ahead, Josh.
I think you put it well, Chase. I think that AJ Brown is starting to come into his own as a leader, and I think also from last season he realized just how important it is for him to be that leader. I think he realizes it doesn't seem like that's in Jalen Hurts' nature as much to be that vocal leader, and AJ can kind of help fill that void. And especially how we ended last season just shows how important it is to have that kind of guy in the locker room. And I think that AJ's up for the challenge.
Yep, I agree. Bryce?
I just, first of all, I think a lot of this stints. I've preached on this. This is just a lot of negative media. I think the media caused a lot of this. And so I do want to say this: fuck WIP, because their journalism had a lot to do with this year. Like their terrible journalism that they had. A lot of it wasn't credible. Like they do. One thing I can't ever understand why a person would do this, and I understand why they do it, but still, like if you're going to do it, you might as well not. They throw out a quote, and it's always from an anonymous person within the building. They won't ever fucking credit. They won't ever say that person. Like I get it, they're trying to protect that person, but why do you even? Because you're throwing a lot of unnecessary stuff out into the world. All players are humans. All players have fucking social media. They hear this shit. If it's mentioned enough time, if their name is mentioned enough times on Twitter, somebody's going to look. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just kind of that's a human nature of everything. And a lot of this shit comes from just terrible reporting, I think. I think AJ will be here for the foreseeable future. The only thing I could ever see really AJ leaving, not because he wants to or not because really the team wants him to leave. It's just we can't work out a deal, and it's all money reasons. So that's what I think about it.
Well said. Yeah. So WIP, stop doing what you're doing. Because nobody likes you, man, and you can't do the nobody likes us, we don't care thing because you guys suck, and everybody hates you. Even the people that are in your city hate you. So yeah. Any last words before we move on to Jeopardy?
No. Let's
all
play.
right. All right. So a little backstory on this. I had created this Jeopardy game probably 2 weeks ago. Excited to show it to the boys. Get this game started. And nobody was available at the same time, or one person was available, the other person wasn't. A lot of things happened, but it's okay. We're here now, and we're going to play Jeopardy. Let's hope it works out, and hopefully I am a decent host. We're not doing the normal Jeopardy rules. We're going to start with one person. They pick category. They get the chance to answer. If they miss, they lose the points, like normal Jeopardy. But we're going to go back and forth. There's no double Jeopardy. There's no Final Jeopardy. I thought about doing Final Jeopardy, but I can't think of a question off the top of my head quick enough. Plus, the way I'd have to run it, it's just too much work. All right, so let's see. Bryce, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 99. Give me a number.
$48.
All right. Josh, pick a number.
47.
It was 55. So, yeah. So, all right, Bryce, you get to go first. So what's the category and for how many points?
Let me go with 2020 draft picks for 200.
For 200.
Start this live.
This player was a first round pick from TCU in the 2020 NFL draft.
Who is Jalen Reagor?
All right. That is correct. Easy enough. All right. Oh, that's too many points. Boom. All right. Josh, you go.
Let's do random Eagles for 200.
All right. So for this category, there's like a clue, but I will send you a picture if you need the player.
Okay.
So this one is very vague, but this one I have the picture ready for you.
Yeah, I'd like the picture, please.
All right. Give me 1 second. I got you.
For some reason, I think I know who this is.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
Wait.
If you know me, you know who it is because
I think I do. Yeah.
Okay, I think I know who. Yeah, just because you said that, I think I know who.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna show you the picture anyway.
Okay.
This player was on the team for sure, 100%. But I'll send it to the group chat right now. All right, picture has been sent.
Bang! I knew it. Fucking knew it. I had 2 guesses.
I had one guess, and this isn't who it was.
Oh
no!
It's okay. It's okay to forget because it's Jeopardy.
Can we steal?
You can if Josh can't get it right or if he just says no. I tell you what, if you don't answer, I won't take away your points.
I'm just looking at his face.
Oh, yeah, he has a gap. He has a nice little gap in his teeth.
I know who this is.
I'm not gonna guess. I don't want to lose the points. Oh my god!
Are you passing it off to?
I gotta pass.
Bryce? All right, all right, Bryce.
Who is Wendell Smallwood?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
There we go. Good job, buddy. Yeah, that's tough. So a lot of these questions are
Donnell Pumphrey.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking Donnell Pumphrey, and I was like, that's definitely not him. Oh my gosh!
Well, a lot of these are going to be tough questions. Some of them are going to be really easy. So it is what it is. All right, Bryce, you're next.
Okay. I seem to keep up with 2020 draft picks pretty well, so I'll go 2020 draft picks for 300.
For 300, a third-round draft pick out of Georgia in the 2022 NFL Draft.
So this was this year's draft class. This past year's draft class.
2022.
2020.
It's 2024 right now.
Oh,
Well, I know that. I know what you're saying.
So last year
was this Kobe Dean?
Let's find out. Oh,
Pretty sure
wrong button.
Kobe Dean.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Kobe Dean.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. Let's get on the board here, buddy.
I'm gonna take another stab at random Eagles for 300.
For 300, an undrafted rookie running back who was a hometown kid. I'll send you the picture.
I think
you don't know, but I'll see the picture anyway.
I'm pretty sure I know.
It's this guy right here.
Let me see.
I know who that is.
I shouldn't be picking this category.
he was very solid for a couple game stretch there.
Oh man,
this wasn't COVID year, was it?
I think it was the year before.
Was this before COVID?
I think it was the year before. Yeah.
year before COVID.
To be fair, we didn't have a lot of fucking good run backs this year, so that's the reason he was playing.
Sure didn't.
Oh man, I got to pass again.
All right.
I know, man, I'm kicking myself, but
take it away.
Who is Notre Dame legend Josh Adams?
Josh Adams is correct. Congratulations, Bryce, with your nice little cushion. All right. All right, man. Bryce, back to you.
All right. We'll do 2010s draft picks for 100.
For 100. A first-round pick out of North Dakota State in the 2016 NFL Draft.
What the?
Who is Carson Wentz?
That is, hold on. That's wrong button. That is correct. All right, Josh. What are you going to do?
Let's do team records for 500.
For 500.
Oh, shit.
This player owns the record for most points scored in an Eagle season with 150.
Okay. I mean, obviously, there's only two possibilities. It's got to be Jake Elliott, right? Oh, no. Okay, then I knew it was.
All right, Bryce.
Oh, man.
In a single season with 150.
If he gets it wrong, can I, like,
To me, it just... It's not David. Is it David Akers?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
That is also wrong.
That's wrong?
Yeah, that is wrong.
That's what I was going to say.
All right. It's Cody Parkey.
Oh.
Cody Parkey.
Oh, wow.
Cody Parkey did it.
Oh, no.
That's why it's 500. I'm not going to give you an easy one for 500, you know. All right. Bryce, you're up.
We'll go team records for 200.
Team records for 200. This player holds the record for most receiving yards in a season with 1496.
Who is AJ Brown?
Let's see. That is correct. Josh.
That was his last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let's do Eagles history for 300.
300. This stadium was the home of the Philadelphia Eagles before Lincoln Financial Field.
What is the vet?
Absolutely. That is correct.
Veterans Stadium, yeah. All right, almost
All right, I'll accept the lingo. Don't worry. All right, Bryce.
Give me random Eagles for 400.
For 400. A 7th round pick in the 2012 draft. This player saw playing time when Shetty was out, and he was kind of good too for some games. I'll see you the picture.
Yeah,
Bryce, I don't know
who
what.
this
I
is.
don't know why you picked this one. Oh no, that's the wrong picture. That's a picture of me in my underwear. All right, here we go.
I was gonna say that'd be funny.
Is that Bruce Brown or is it Bryce Brown? Bruce.
Yeah, pick one.
Bryce Brown. I think it's Bruce Brown. Is it Bruce Brown? That's my guess.
I can't accept that. That is wrong.
Can I steal?
Wow.
You can still.
Who is Bryce Brown?
Yep. That is correct. Yeah. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. All right. Hey Josh, here we are. We're back.
We're
It's a
back.
200-point game.
Let's do team records for 100. I'm playing it safe.
All right, there we go. This player holds the record for most passing yards in a season with 4,039 passing yards.
Who is Carson Wentz?
That is correct. All right. Bryce, we're back to you. 100-point game.
2020 draft picks for 400.
2020 draft picks for 400. This player was a 3rd-round pick from Louisiana Tech in the 2021 NFL draft. This is fitting.
Who is Milton Williams?
Yep.
Big Milt, my
Couldn't
God.
went to anybody else, huh? All right.
Nope.
All right,
Josh.
let's do team records for 300.
This player has the record for most receptions in a season with 116. I will say don't overthink it, but actually that's not helping you out because definitely think about it.
I think I know. I mean, I don't think AJ had that many. I want to say Devontae Smith.
That's your guess?
Yeah. Fuck.
I'd be wrong. All right. Bryce.
Who is AJ Brown? I don't
That's
think
also
AJ
wrong.
had 116. But
Yeah, I was gonna say
It was
I
Zach
think
Ertz.
Ertz had 116. Okay.
Damn.
Damn.
He sure did. All right. It's Bryce's turn, right? Yeah, because
Yeah.
All right, fuck it. Finish it out. 2020 draft picks for 500.
still got 100.
I know, but
All right.
take away the hard one here.
This player was a 6th-round pick from Kansas in the 2022 NFL draft. Kansas.
Oh, fuck. Who is Terrion Johnson?
Ooh. Wait, huh? What'd you say?
Is it Terrion? And what's his fucking name?
Uh,
Teron Johnson? Is it Teron?
No, it's not. All right.
All right, whatever.
Oh man.
All right. Hey, Josh, you can play this one safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this safe. I am not sure.
Bryce, you're going to kick yourself. It's Chiron.
Tyron!
Yeah, Kerryon Johnson was the running back from Detroit.
Oh, man. Close. It's now the ball is in Josh's court. He could take the lead.
Oh man. All right, let's do Eagles history for 200.
200.
200.
The Philadelphia Eagles were founded in this year.
That's a 200?
Yeah, dude, it's easy, bro. It's to be fair, I know this because whenever the NFL 100 year came and they had like the celebration stuff, I had a hat with the year on the side of it. That's how I know for a fact. But
Oh man. All right.
strategy comes into play here. You can pass, and then nobody gets a point if Bryce doesn't get it.
Oh
Or
yeah, I got it pass. I'm not confident in anything I would say. I have
All right,
a number
Bryce.
in mind, but I don't want to actually say it. Like it's not a good.
All right, Bryce. What do you think? What do you think, Bryce?
I don't know. I'm
All right, Josh. What was the number in mind?
For some reason, my mind was thinking 1946. Is it
1933.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I thought that was too late though. All right, I'm glad I didn't.
All right, Bryce. Come on down.
2020 draft picks for 100.
This player was a second-round pick out of Oklahoma in the 2020 NFL Draft.
Who is Jalen Hurts?
All right, finally, we are back and watching later on. I'm gonna do this. I should have probably did this a long time ago. Oop, misspelled your name and didn't add a capital. It was Jalen Hurts. All right, Josh, where do you want to go?
Let's do. Oh, man. Let's do team records for 400.
This player has the most receiving yards in his Eagles career with 8,978 yards.
I'm pretty sure. Who was Harold Carmichael?
Josh has a lead. Oh man. With like 9 questions to go. Bryce, what do you got?
Fuck, dude. Random Eagles for 500.
This player was considered one of the best fullbacks in the 2009 season.
Oh, I know it is.
Me,
I don't need to see the picture.
All right, it's in the picture right now.
Let me see the picture. I don't think I need it though.
I know this guy because this guy put on a damn show.
Yeah,
tragic in this career.
Boys.
Are you passing it?
Pass. I'm passing.
All right,
it, man.
Who's Leonard Weaver?
Yeah, that is correct.
Let's go.
That is correct. He was a stud. All right. It's still anybody's game, but it's Josh's pick.
All right, let's do random Eagles for 100. Let's close that out.
You don't need a picture for this one. This player was the best wide receiver in Eagles history for 4 games. Unless you need the picture.
I'll look at the picture. I don't need it.
All right.
Wait, my mind. I know. I mean, I'm blanking.
I know who it is.
I know who it is.
You need the picture still?
I mean, I'll take the picture.
All right.
Why is my mind blanking? I know who it is. Like,
I almost sent you a picture with the back plate showing. That would help him.
What the I don't know why I'm like drawing such a blank.
All right.
I'm gonna. Unless it's only 100. Yeah. What just? Oh my god. I'm just having the biggest brain fart of all time.
Let me tell you, it's the funnest thing in the world being on this side of this. You know, because I'm like, you motherfuckers are stupid.
Yeah. I feel stupid. What the? I'm like.
I'm having a blast.
As soon as you I know Bryce knows obviously. As soon as he says his name, I'm going to feel so much more stupid than I already feel.
Go ahead, pass it. I guess.
I have to pass. I can't.
Bryce, take us home.
Oh my god.
Who is Travis Fulgham?
That's correct. All right, stupid wasn't the right word, but
no, that was the right word.
All right, Bryce. 700 points. So you're down by
Eagles history for 100.
100. The name of the mascot for your Philadelphia Eagles.
Who is Swoop?
Oh, easy. Down 600 still.
Living legend.
Absolutely. All right, Josh.
Let's do Eagles history for 400.
Eagles history for 400. I can't remember the question. Oh, this was the first Super Bowl the Eagles appeared in. I'll accept either the year or the number?
What about who they played against? No.
I
I know that.
Yeah.
I think it was. Was it Super Bowl 20?
That's your guess?
No, I'll pass. Fuck it. I'll play it safe. I'll play it safe.
Bryce.
This is 1981 against the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, 15. Fuck.
It was 15.
Yeah.
All right. 10-point game. Bryce, ball's in your court.
2010's draft picks for 200.
A 6th-round draft pick out of Cincinnati in the 2011 NFL Draft.
Who is Jason Kelsey?
That would be it. All right. Tie ball game. 4 questions left.
All right. Let's do 2010's draft picks for 300.
For 300. A 3rd-round pick out of Arizona in the 2012 NFL Draft.
Oh, shit.
Arizona, that was Zach Ertz, right?
That's your answer?
No. All right, wait. 3rd-round pick out of Arizona in 2012. I'm doing so bad.
You're doing good. You're doing better than I probably would.
I don't think so.
I would have got this one, though.
Went to Arizona.
Arizona.
It's going to be another one where I'm kicking myself after. I know it.
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
3rd round from Arizona in 2012. What else did we take that year?
2012. Arizona Wildcats.
Who was the first round this year?
2012? I think it was Lane.
Yeah.
Lane, I thought it was 2013 or 14.
I'm just guessing.
I don't know. Did Ertz even go to Arizona? Now I'm so unsure of everything now. All right, I'll pass. I'd rather you get the points than me lose them.
Fletcher Cox was the first pick in that draft.
Okay.
All right,
I'll
Bryce.
still pass.
So this is starting quarterback of the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Foles.
Oh my god! Hey, Ertz went to Stanford.
Yeah, at the Stanford. Nick Foles was
thinking
the
red.
answer.
I should be ashamed of myself.
The tough one. All right, Bryce.
2010s for 400.
For 400. A 3rd-round pick out of Oregon in the 2014 NFL Draft.
Oh, fuck, dude.
I think.
Motherfucker, dude. This is, for some reason, I know who this is, but I can't think of it.
I know who this guy is. I also made the Jeopardy, so that's why I know.
Was this a running back? No. Is this Josh Huff?
It is
what I was
Josh
thinking.
Huff. It is Josh Huff. Yes, absolutely.
Let's go.
That's my boy. Fun fact: Josh Huff's my favorite player for like a year.
Really?
Yeah, I loved him. I fucking love them.
That kickoff return against the Vikings was fucking electric. I think that's the last time the Eagles have had a kickoff return.
Probably. All right.
All right, I got a hit on this.
All right, which one do you want?
I don't know. I haven't been doing great with either. Let's do Eagles history. 500.
I'm laughing because nobody's going to get this one. This player was the first ever player picked in the NFL draft. Also, the Eagles' first ever pick.
What the
Fun
fuck?
Fun fact: the Eagles had the first ever pick in the NFL draft. Also, fun fact: this guy never played for the Eagles.
Oh. Can I phone a friend? Like, I don't.
I'll give you, to make this interesting, I'll give you 20 seconds to look it up on the internet. Go.
Who's Jay Berwanger?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that guy, though?
Don't ever disrespect him. Yeah, he I think I was reading about it. He forced his way out of Philadelphia. He's like, I'm not playing for you guys.
Not only that, he never played in the NFL. He didn't play a single down for a single team.
What a waste. What a waste of a pick. All right.
The first overall pick, and he just never play. He said he never played because pro football wasn't very lucrative.
Boy, different time, huh? All right.
Oh my god.
All right, Bryce, this one's on you. A 4th round draft pick out of San Diego State in the 2017 NFL Draft.
(2017) Is this Donnell Pumphrey?
Yeah.
It is.
Who is Donnell Pumphrey? Let's go.
Congratulations to Bryce for pulling away at the end. What a game. What a game. That was fun. That was fun. Well, I'll make another one. Definitely shouldn't have done that last one for the Eagles history. It's like this. Nobody's gonna get this one. That was good.
That was funny. I don't know who I was gonna say if you didn't let me look it up. I would have. I mean, I guess Bass, but
yeah. I mean, I was like, what? I was thinking all the legends that the Eagles had, first round picks, gotta be worthy of it, And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And the same reaction you did. But yeah, with that being said, that was this week's episode of the Linc lineup. I'm thinking next game we play is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That way we have lifelines. That would be fun.
That'd be cool.
And I could be your lifeline, but that honestly wouldn't be fair because I'm the person making the game. So don't phone me as your friend. But that'll do it. If you are watching live, I know some of you were. Thank you for watching. We plan on doing every episode live. Because it's fun. It's also fun to talk to you guys as we're recording. It makes it better. For those watching on YouTube later on, thank you for watching. Like I said, if you're new, please subscribe, like, comment. If you like the show, if you don't like it, that's fine. Just go about your day. Don't dislike us. Don't say mean things to us. And if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts, please give us a rating, subscribe, follow the show. That way you don't miss any of our new episodes. Be on the lookout for our draft show coming out pretty soon, probably the next 10 minutes. Actually, we want to start it. We're talking about the top 10 wide receivers in this draft. That should be a fun one. I want to use Bryce's brain because Bryce has the draft guy tag, which you'll see in the next episode. I have not the draft guy tag, and Josh will have casual fan as his tag in the next show. But yeah, if you're looking for cheap tickets with no service fees, check out TickPick. You can get concert tickets. Baseball season's coming up. If you like basketball season's still here. Check them out. We'll leave the link in the description. And then if you want to bet, use Bet Online. We didn't run the commercial. We ran commercial free. You're welcome. Mainly because I forgot. But check out Bet Online. they got a huge bonus going on right now, or they'll match you up to like $2,000, $3,000. So they'll do that. They're very generous over there. Very nice. And yeah, thank you for listening once again. Any last word before we wrap this up?
Travis fucking Fulgham.
Yep, Travis Fulgham, man. Could have won you the game right there. Yeah, you had opportunities because Bryce messed up with Kyron Johnson. He messed up with fucking Bruce Huff, or not Bruce Huff, Bruce Brown. And then you had opportunities, but
Yeah.
Maybe next time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And as always, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.